Hello everyone, my name is Nathan, and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included here with our one duplicant challenge. In today's episode, I don't unfortunately have a lot of time. However, several things have been brought to my attention. One thing I already mentioned is that we want to upgrade the fish tank to be a little bit more efficient. No pun intended. But then I asked about the question with the seeds, and you suggested Balm Lilies because they don't actually require anything other than the proper atmosphere. If we go ahead and check this out right here, they have a life cycle of 12 and the temperature is a little bit harsh, 35 to 85 degrees. But then it only requires a little bit of pressure, and that is chlorine, nothing else. We will be getting Balm Lily flowers, which do not have any kilocalories, so we cannot feed that to the tree directly. However, we will be getting one seed per every 10 flowers that harvest themselves, and those are the ones that we're gonna feed to the fish. Right now, I'm not sure the pips did not continue planting, so let's maybe get the seeds a little bit closer. I'm just gonna set up a storage bin here. In preparation for my expedition, I brought a couple of materials. We have some dirt, coal, we don't actually need that. Plenty of igneous rock to build something, but most importantly, somewhere around here, I should have my Balm Lily seeds. Good, with that out of the way, I'm gonna spend the night and then we're gonna start our journey. Maybe we should have a quick look at the reactor. What I did just temporarily is shut down the steam turbines by cutting the pipes right there. You also mentioned that the steam turbines output up to 2 kilograms of water. If we do the math here, then 5 steam turbines are going to fill up one pipe. So my plan with only having one pipe here might not actually work out. However, right now I'm still waiting for this water to properly heat up, and until then I don't dare sucking out too much of what the research reactor is producing. Something else, a huge mistake, and I totally regret that. I did not know how to use that yet. The conductive panel. It is basically something that you put, for instance, right here inside of your cooling loop, and it is going to interact with any machine it touches and it cools it down. So we don't have to make these setups anymore. I was kind of under the impression that the panel will replace one of these tiles where the machine is standing on, but it is actually a tile that goes in the background. So maybe we'll fix that until the end of the episode. However, right now, all I want to do is fly back to Azista and get the Balm Lily farm in motion. Now, there are just two things that occurred to me. I don't have any bleach stone to create the chlorine, and then also we should enable these guys, but then we have the seeds that occasionally drop. I wonder, why aren't the bristle blossoms dropping any seeds? Oh, look at that. The dusk cap actually got planted, so it has something to do with the proximity of the seeds as well. It's so confusing, these pips. We have to abort our start here. Not abandon ship. No. We want to change the direction again, fly back, and then take care of these two issues. First things first, we need to bring a little bit of bleach stone with us. So Nathan, go and do that for me. Second of all, remove this ladder, and then let me see. The problem is we don't want to bring the seeds along this way blindly. And then look at that, I even forgot the rail at the bottom. Let's maybe finish that first. I cannot leave it. There's also a bridge missing right there. And what else? What did I build this out of? Iron ore. Okay, that's fine. I kind of worried it is niobium. The problem now is if we finish this, then all my seeds are also going over to the other planetoid. Actually, is that the worst thing that could happen to us? Not really, because we just get these extra seeds and they get sent over to the planetoid with the fish farm. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that be and then just introduce those cells to the fish farm otherwise. Thankfully, we have a very thick atmosphere here, so we can just have the bleach stone inside without it actually emitting anything. That means we can now take care of building that rail, and maybe in the meantime the pips are gonna finish planting the farm. Afterwards, we're definitely going to Azista. I just read online that one of the mutations we can give to Balm Lilies is that they also grow some meal lice. So that might be an interesting project to eventually exchange the entire Balm Lily farm with those kinds of mutated plants. Very nice. Slowly but surely we are accumulating more nuclear waste. Just what we needed. Okay then, time to activate the conveyor loaders. We're just gonna go for the stuff it actually drops. That would be some mushrooms, and then in the seeds category, we have the fungal spore. Gonna set this to priority 1 and copy it over for the other conveyor loaders. Okay, now I think just before bedtime, we're gonna do that launch again so we can fly through the night. Why not? Begin that launch sequence. Let's do it. I just realized we might be able to make use of our gas pump here for the first time to pump out a little bit of that carbon dioxide. Oh no, this is a bad idea. Now we're also getting the chlorine, or maybe that was just one little pocket, and we're also getting oxygen. Never mind, forget what I said. Wait a second, did I mess up my bleach stone? Where is it? Bleach stone, 0 kilograms. Did I? What? Oh no, I put it into the storage, and then when I took it out again, another storage with a higher priority was chosen for that bleach stone. That is sadly disappointing, especially because I'm already this far. Well, I guess in this case we might actually be able to take the bleach stone from the hand sanitizer. I mean, there's still 8 kilograms in there, which would be enough for the farm. So I might want to try some trickery with that. Okay then, let's see this go down. We arrived on the planetoid. Looks like at the moment we have some stuff going on here. Oh, can we not keep it up? Let me see. No, it is dormant. So it actually adds up perfectly. This is amazing. So we were able to pick up almost everything except maybe a ton or two of tungsten before it went dormant again. And now during the dormant phase, we can just keep this going and it will all be brought back to the main planetoid. Good then, let's think about this for a little bit. I just want to know, we cannot judge from here, but I guess let's get the farm started right there. If we did that, then we have like 14 tiles. About 9 tiles will be the cone of the rocket. So if instead of igneous rock, we just made this here, our farm. Balm Lilies, I think, requires 2 tiles, so we could end up with something like this. Now, it would be nice for me to be able to enter the farm just for maintenance purposes. Let me see, how many Balm Lilies can we get in? I mean, we could make it 2 levels high. Oh, that actually reminds me, we need some space for auto sweepers. So we need to have at least 3 spaces. Is this gonna be enough? Probably, but you know, do we want to stop at enough? I don't know. Why don't we go ahead and add another layer? This would make it kind of a perfect fit with this, so we can kind of complete this room. And then maybe this would allow us to make some sort of a liquid lock here. I wonder, what if instead of a liquid lock, we just made a transit tube? No, that's even worse. Okay, screw it. We're gonna make a liquid lock and I'm gonna build it right here. Wonderful, time to do this. This is surely enough plants, even if they have to harvest themselves. But technically they should count as domesticated, so they should at least manage to grow in those 12 cycles. Gonna get myself a little pitcher pump going here, just to snatch up enough water to make that liquid lock. Oh no! Where is this coming from? Where? How do we have so much power over the entire planetoid? It is now again full of polluted oxygen. Nathan, be honest. Did you do it? Okay, looks like we started here at the bottom. I'm already getting the liquid lock going. But yeah, I'm definitely not happy about that polluted oxygen situation. Wait, what happened to my dirt? It's gone too? Huh? Are you serious? Hold on. Can I build these farm tiles out of clay? Oh no. I'm so sure I had the dirt with me. What's happening? No bleach stone, no dirt. Ah, jeez. Okay. I'm gonna take it easy. There's just one more bottle to go. Okay. And afterwards we can fly back, I guess, and get dirt. But this is unbelievable. Yeah, apparently I wasn't really prepared for this. I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna refuel up, get myself back to the main planetoid and repack the materials. Okay, and just like that, we made our way back to the planetoid. Just a couple of cycles have passed. I took care of some business at home, but most importantly, I made sure that at least I have some building materials to continue this. It just takes a little under a cycle to actually go between the 2 planetoids. So it's not the worst that can happen. I also realized that actually having the slicksters here isn't a good idea because they seem to float on water, but at least now the food is getting input here. That's what I'm talking about. Finally getting things started, and we seem to be getting our vacuum back in just a second. At this point, I also don't think it's worth keeping the gas pumps around. We can get rid of these. Maybe we can already think about the placement of our auto sweepers. Did we actually? Yeah, probably not. We did not plan this out accordingly. So I guess the best option would be to have another one here and then don't have a farm tile in this place. This way we can have auto sweepers all over the place. Oh, power requirements. I did not think about that. Might be time to introduce the hydrogen vents as well. So maybe we're not done with this planetoid at all. Considering we can have it up to 85 degrees in here, we don't need to take care of the cooling immediately. I also need to wait for this cooling loop to heat up a little bit. At the moment it is 29 degrees and we need to go to at least 35. I already updated the sensor here to go to 40 degrees. So all we would have to do is set up a bunch of radiant pipes here as well to at least keep the atmosphere somewhat stable. So maybe I'm just gonna run it through the center of the room. Now let's reroute this pipe slightly. We're first gonna go over here and then wiggle our way down the room. At this point we go up again and join back with the loop. Do we have enough materials? Yeah, looks like. So now I'm just waiting for the gases to recede. Of course, they do struggle a little bit here, but it's already making good progress. We're also gonna need some conveyor loaders, something along these lines. I might go a little bit overboard with this, but it looks good. Then what we want to do is bring all of these together on a center line. And I guess at this point we somehow have to join our system. And I think the way we're gonna do this is instead of a solid filter here, we're gonna solve this with 2 conveyor loaders. So what we can do is have 2 conveyor loaders. This one here at the bottom is going to feed the tree, and then the upper one is going to join the line here with the aluminium. It is going to become a little bit clearer once I cleaned everything up and build it. In terms of power, what we can do is get into the room this way. Let me actually switch to copper material, and we're just gonna hook all of these up like so. Good, now it is clear. Everything that is being shipped over from the main planetoid is going over to the tree, and then everything from the lower conveyor loader is going to the tree. Everything from the upper conveyor loader is going straight back home together with the tungsten. And while you look at that, we're cleaning up the rails here, sending over the tungsten, and it is still dormant for another 40 cycles. That means one wrap ball generator can easily keep up. The problem is we are still gonna need more power. But first let's get the entire farm finished, and then maybe we can think about tapping into the hydrogen vent. My plan is to use the output of the steam room here. However, it might not work out if we don't get enough resin. It is important that we feed the tree on a regular basis. Okay, I would say we're almost there. Unfortunately, I did manage to run out of materials once again, but that is not a particular problem. Let's see, we just got an achievement, and it is run a research reactor at full capacity for 5 cycles. Oh, I totally forgot about the research reactor. Is everything still all right? What do we have going on here? Also, what is this sensor doing? Sending a green signal above 20 kilograms, that doesn't even make sense. Let me actually disable this for the time being, because if this goes wrong, we wouldn't be supplying any more water to the research reactor, which would definitely be a problem. So I think what I gotta do instead with these steam turbines is hook them up to a cable that is connected with this Atmos sensor. So we just check if we have enough steam before we actually pump it all out. Or, I mean, we could just leave it running like this as well. I mean, it isn't quite efficient in terms of power, but I didn't build the reactor for power. I built it to get some nuclear waste, and that we definitely get. Either way, we have achieved a vacuum here and everything is sealed off. So what we're gonna do is drop a little bit of bleach stone into this room. Let's maybe do it in various spots. I'm gonna set up one here, maybe one on the top. Consumable ore, give me some bleach stone. Thank you. Wait a second, why is there no pending delivery? Ah, of course, the priorities. Let's put this to 8 or so, and that should definitely help. Yeah, we actually got the entire load here. Let's go ahead and set this to maybe 1000 kilograms, and then we're gonna deconstruct the storage bin again. But this room is now filling up with chlorine. We need at least 150 grams. But yeah, I guess while this is accumulating, we can just as well go ahead and set up the plants here. Why won't you allow me to plant it? Interesting. So I had to bring it from the ship to the planetoid in order to be able to plant it. That's kind of crazy, but yeah, let's go ahead and get all of these planted. These right here on the sides I will have to replace. Very nice. This is going to be an extremely valuable addition, and I just realized one of my auto sweepers. That's not good. So this one here is really close. How are we doing here? We still got 11 kilograms of uranium in there. Let me check my timer. Let me put that back to 8. So yeah, it looks like we are removing way too much steam. Let's maybe disable a couple of steam turbines. So I'm gonna disable the ones on the right and left side. Now we only have 2 steam turbines going in the center, and that maybe will eliminate some of the danger. Yeah. Okay. This is now cooling down again. Yeah, it was just the pressure. There was not enough steam in there. Okay, in this case, I think it's time to make our way back to the base right there, begin that launch sequence, and then we're gonna come back to finish it. It's just a little bit of aluminium that's missing. What is happening? I did not set this yet. Of course, we need to pick up the fish. Let's do all edible in this conveyor loader. That is gonna go to the tree. That is good. And then the upper conveyor loader can be everything else. So we just say all, but we don't want to do the critter eggs, no. And we also don't want to do the edibles, right? Everything else we can transport. And then this should be brought all the way up. Wonderful. Now maybe to help things out a little bit initially, we might want to go ahead and set up a space heater. Actually, we're making good progress here with the water. It is almost the 35 degrees that we require. Hopefully, do we still have something to cool down? Not really. Yeah, this is going to be an issue. It's just a little bit of iso resin. And then the tungsten volcano is not going to become active for a very long time. That means we cannot really get this water to the 35 degrees we also desperately need. In this case, what I might want to do is still reroute it. So let's do something like that and cut this right off. I forgot. I did not complete the pipe. Never mind. I'm gonna meet you right back here once I'm arriving with the materials. Wonderful, and just like that we are back on the planetoid, finishing everything that needs finishing. I'm still gonna install a little space heater just to kick things off initially for a bunch of plants, and then the heat can distribute itself. Now once the plumbing job here is finished, I'm also gonna reroute the cooling loop. The cooling loop by now is 32 degrees, so it's just a couple of degrees to go. And maybe the space heater can help out here, just a little bit. Come on, boots. Just one pipe to go, thank you. Gonna reroute that right away. And I guess that is that. Right now, of course, this is cooling down the water even more. But we are actually heating up the room overall. So for us, this is a good thing, and we might be able to get the first Balm Lily to grow. We already reached 150 grams of pressure here. I'm still gonna leave the chlorine in until we have much more than that. Guys are still complaining about body temperature. What you gonna do? We cannot make everyone happy. And I gotta say, the space heater almost helps nothing. Barely anything at all. Let's try to get another one in the joint. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have one on each level until we have this sorted out. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But they still don't heat up that much. It's just 120 watts after all. Now, what are we gonna do with the products? I don't know yet, but I don't want to put the seeds towards the fish just yet. I want to plan this out a little bit better. So I think for now, I'm just gonna send them outside and then we can decide later on. Come on, are you still complaining about body temperature? How is that even possible? What temperature are you at? 31 degrees. Okay, I don't think we actually have the energy to do something like this. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna make the next episode about tapping into the hydrogen vent. I have a couple of other ideas if we cannot utilize this part here. This doesn't seem to be turned on that frequently, but what we can do is just use the other cooling loop we already have. Like, it is even really close, so why not tap into that? And if we check the average output, it is 100 or just above 100, which is one hydrogen generator running the entire time, 24/7. Or we could have 2 generators not running all the time, which is probably what I'm gonna end up doing. But yeah, now we seem to have reached the 150 grams almost everywhere, and we're just waiting for the body temperature. When I see the first plant successfully start growing, then I can in good conscience wrap up today's episode. Come on, you can do it. Just 0.7 degrees. I just don't get it. It's right next to a space heater and it heats up so slowly. My water is also just at 33 degrees, so it won't help. And now we just completely ran out of power. Okay, it is actually going too slow. It is not going to happen in today's episode. Let me see the skills. I have set up a lot of skills. Could we remain here? Let me see. Could we just stay here for the next episode and build this hydrogen generator setup? We could definitely build 2 of these, and then do I have building materials for piping? 13 tons of igneous rock. We also still have stuff for our power situation. Okay, yeah, I think we can just remain here and then solve that problem here with the next episode. And then we will also slowly but surely hopefully get this farm going. Lastly, we'll have to think about the solution for the fish tank. So where are the fish exactly gonna go? I would like to have the living fish all in one spot on a single tile, and then we'll have 2 breeding fish that we want to feed with the seeds so they actually lay eggs much quicker. But we'll see all about that in future episodes. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great time, and hopefully I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Bye bye.